You've probably run into this, right? You ask an AI about something that just happened, and it hits you with that classic line, my knowledge cutoff is 2023. It feels like they're all stuck in the past. But what if an AI could actually keep up with the world in real time? Well, that's exactly the promise we're going to dig into today.
I mean, seriously. Can your AI explain a meme that just blew up on social media? Or give you live updates on a breaking news story? For pretty much all of them, the answer is a hard no. Their knowledge is like a photo album from last year, totally useless for anything happening right now.
And this is where Grok steps onto the scene. It's a totally new kind of AI, one built from the ground up to solve that exact problem by plugging directly into the planet's real-time conversation. So, who's behind this thing, and why did they even bother? Well, Grok is the brainchild of XAI, a company started by Elon Musk. And their goal is, let's say, ambitious. They literally want to understand the true nature of the universe. But hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? And for them, that first step is building an AI that can actually understand our world as it happens.
And when I say they're moving fast, I mean wow. Just look at this timeline. They went from founding the company to shipping major versions with things like image generation and real-time search in what feels like the blink of an eye. The pace is just relentless. And they're even planning for a future where SpaceX acquires them, probably to use this AI for some truly massive engineering projects.
The name itself actually tells you a whole lot about their mission. Grok is a word from this classic sci-fi novel, and it means to understand something so completely, so intuitively that it basically becomes a part of you. So the goal isn't just an AI that can spit back data, but one that truly gets it. And then there's Grok's personality, which is, well, it's definitely not your typical boring AI. It's designed to have a sense of humor, a little bit of a rebellious streak. So instead of just giving you a recipe, it might crack a joke about whether you should be trusted with fire. It's a completely different vibe, and honestly, a lot more fun. All right, let's get into the real secret sauce. The thing that truly makes Grok different is its deep, direct connection to the social media platform X. This isn't just some add-on feature. It's the very heart of how it knows what's going on in the world, second by second. But how does that actually work? Is it just constantly reading every single post from everyone on the planet all at once? The reality is a lot more focused and a lot smarter than you might think. So here's the pipeline. It's not just inhaling data nonstop. When you ask a question that needs that up-to-the-minute information, Grok basically hits a pause button and calls on a special X search tool. Think of it like a research assistant. That tool then zips out, queries only the public data on X that's relevant, and brings back just what's needed. Then Grok takes that fresh info and weaves it into your answer. It's a targeted strike, not a massive data hoovering operation. And this is super important. It's not the Wild West. There are clear rules. It can only look at public information, so your DMs, your private accounts, all of that is totally off limits. It's also got rate limits, which means it can't just spam the system with searches. It has to play by the rules, just like any other app. It's a powerful tool, for sure, but it has guardrails. Okay, so being able to tap into the world's live conversation takes an absolutely insane amount of computing power. So let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine, see how it stacks up against the competition, and maybe, most importantly for some, check out the price tag. I mean, just get a load of this number. This is the engine. XAI has built a supercomputer they call Colossus, and it's powered by over 200,000 of the most advanced GPUs money can buy. They call it a gigafactory of compute, and that's not an exaggeration. It's what lets Grok think on such a massive scale. So, how does all that horsepower translate to actual performance? Well, on a really common industry benchmark called MMLU, think of it as a giant final exam for AI, Grok 3 scores an impressive 89.7%. As you can see, that puts it shoulder to shoulder with the top models from OpenAI and Google. It is absolutely a heavyweight contender. And here is another number that is a total game changer. 256,000. That's Grok's context window, which is just a fancy term for its short-term memory. A 256K token window is huge. It means you could drop in the entire text of a novel or a super dense financial report, and it could analyze the whole thing and answer questions about it in one go. Now this is where things get really, really interesting, especially for any developers out there. Look at that API pricing. Grok is aggressively, and I mean aggressively, undercutting the competition. It costs about a third of what GPT-4 Turbo does. This is huge. It makes this top-tier power so much more accessible for people who want to build the next generation of AI tools. But Grok is way more than just a clever chatbot that knows what's new. Its toolkit is expanding into vision, into video, and it also has a pretty fascinating system for trying to make sure the answers it gives you are actually, true. It's really turning into an AI Swiss Army knife. You've got the unique X search, of course, but also real-time web search. It can write and fix computer code, and it's becoming a creative beast. It can understand what's happening in a picture, and through its Grok Imagine API, it's not just making still images, it can generate high-quality video. Let's be real, getting your info from social media can be risky. So how do you know what Grok says is true? Well, to fight against hallucinations, that's when an AI just makes stuff up, Grok has this 3-tier verification system. It cross-checks information against databases, and get this, it actively tries to link 93% of its factual claims directly back to a primary source that you can go and check for yourself. So, after all that, what's the final verdict? There's no doubt that Grok has made a huge splash and is a major new challenger in the AI space. So let's break it down with a little report card. Its biggest strengths versus its biggest weaknesses. Okay, the strengths are pretty obvious. That real-time data access is a killer feature. The performance is top tier, its memory is massive, and that disruptive pricing is a huge deal. But on the flip side, it is the new kid on the block. The ecosystem of tools and support around it is still growing, its reliability for massive enterprise-level jobs is still a question mark, and of course its answers are always going to be influenced by the raw, sometimes messy, nature of social media data. So in the end, Grok points to a fascinating new path for AI. It's not just about what it knows anymore, it's about when it knows it. And its unique personality really makes you think. It raises this huge question. As we go forward, what do we actually want from our AI? Do we want a purely factual servant, or are we ready for something more, an engaging, opinionated, and maybe, just maybe, a slightly rebellious partner?